Had a problem with happily ever after, and specifically the way people at the end of a relationship retroactively rewrite the time they spent with someone. First off, let me be clear, most endings suck. If you're enjoying a good book or movie, no matter how well it wraps up at the end, you're still dumped out of that narrative and left to get on with it. And that's exactly how a relationship is. People romanticize the until death do us parting, particularly when a couple dies within days, weeks, or hours of each other, and that's nonsense. All endings suck. And when one partner predeceases another, well, that sucks even more, no matter how great the relationship was. And anyone who ever says, I don't know if I ever loved you, should rot in Hades for all eternity, because that's just an evil, heartless, and frankly dishonest thing to say. How stupid, clueless, or non-self-aware are you if you went years or even decades with someone so deeply in your life you were planning futures with them that you suddenly think you might not have ever loved them? Bollocks! Of course you love them. You love them when it started, you loved them when it continued, and they loved you. And even more importantly, they thought you loved them because you did. No one's that good a liar. So forget all that ridiculous poppycock talk about not knowing if you ever loved them. You might not love them now, but that's an ending, and as I've already established, they suck. So if anyone ever said that to you, well, first off, ooh la la. Secondly, don't believe it. Again, no one is that good an actor. Thirdly, and listen to this very carefully, if you were with someone for 12 years but the last 2 had loads of arguments, then you had 10 good years with them, and if you choose to retroactively crap on those, then it's your loss. If you weren't unhappy, then they were fine. They were better than fine. They were fantastic, and you'd be just as much an idiot for buying into the idea that it was all a lie because it ended as you'd be getting to the end of a movie thinking you dreamed all the laughs or whatever you did while watching it leading up to the credits. Things end, and endings suck. Look, it takes 2 or more people to fall in love, but only one to ruin it for everyone. And if someone that was a big part of your life has done that to you, then you need to reconcile that fact. That chapter, book, or movie has ended, and then get on with it. So if you're having trouble doing that, well, for starters, put a thick rubber band around your wrist, and every time you start obsessing on them, snap it until you stop. That's aversion therapy. And when you're not snapping, or that isn't cutting it, talk to a counselor. Or if you have one that understands it's okay to shut their gob and just listen without trying to fix things, a friend or family member. By the way, the shut your gob and listen is a great piece of communication advice, period. And if you are on speaking terms with your ex, then take everything you can, whatever you're ready to, and forgive them and you of it. But if you've been putting it off, well, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Start now. And if you're not ready now, well, guess what? Tomorrow is also the first day of the rest of your life. Start then. Now, on your bike with you. Go on, get lost. On this day in 1956, the first commercial nuclear power station was officially opened by Queen Elizabeth II in Sellafield, England. Ooh, how's the opening today, dear? It's also Toy Camera Day, Spreadsheet Day, Forgive an Ex Day, Playing Card Collection Day, Mulligan Day, Wear Something Gaudy Day, and International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. And that's today's Duza Bear Digest. The bear will see you tomorrow. Go on your bike, get lost.